the studio in Bristol, and I'm going to show you how to make a how to wrap a hand-tied bouquet. This one is actually silks, but it works beautifully for fresh or silk flowers, and it's just a slightly different method. You can tell it's Christmas because I'm covered in snow. So I've cut myself from the jute roll. So this is the roll that we sell as a length of jute wrapping. I've cut myself 6 1 metre lengths. I'm just going to fold them in half and gather them around the bottom of the bouquet. So I'm forming a collar, but I'm going to do it in sections rather than our traditional sort of fold of a bit of cellophane. And you can see it's discreet, so it will make the bouquet look lovely as a gift. The fold means that they're quite stiff, so you don't have to worry about them falling away from the bouquet, particularly if you're using a silk flower, which is very heavy and will weigh down your wrapping. So you can see I've literally just grabbed it underneath and gathered it. So I'm just going to tie that first layer with a little bit of tie twine, and I just use the plastic raffia one, that's my favourite. And I do that by binding above my hand and pulling tight. This doesn't have to be majorly secure, it's to hold the first layer so I can add the second. I'm just tying that with a knot reasonably tightly, just to give me a start so I can add the next layer and not struggle to hold it. So that's my first layer, just forming a loose collar. I'll bring it all together once we get the second layer on. So I've picked a different pattern, this beautiful parcel pattern. I think this is a very luxury look for gift wrapping, so I'm going to go round again but much shorter. So I'm almost getting a layer of petals around this bouquet, but I've left the jute long enough this time. I won't need as many sections, and I've left the jute long enough to hide my stems. So people like a nice natural bunch, and we're moving away a little bit from the old-fashioned perfectly round aqua pack, and I do think this jute packing is perfect for that sort of feel. Let me turn that and show you. So it's a beautiful second frill around the bouquet that supports the first and hides the stems in a neat way. And I'm going to get a great big bow to finish that off. And again I'm using a jute style roll. And I will start off by putting a tie around the bouquet. So I've just cut a section of ribbon, tie nice and tightly around my bouquet. There we go, because that is our final piece to secure the wrapping, so really nice and tightly. And then I'm going to add a lovely bow into the middle of there. This is a wire edged ribbon, so it's easy for bows, easy and quick, keeps a nice shape. So I'm just tying it in with that piece of ribbon I've already secured on the bouquet. At the end, nice and even. Okay, and then I'm just going to finish by taking my staple gun and securing the structure a little bit. So I'm just going to randomly staple the petals together, just tuck it inside the fold so it's not too prominent. But it makes it, if you're going to take it out for delivery or anything like that, it makes it a firmer, finished piece if it's windy or... And then what you end up with is a lovely sort of petal-like frill of wrapping around the outside that adds to the design. Supports it but doesn't take away too much from the flowers. There we are, and then we come up with a lovely frill. You can just tweak it if you want it to come away a little, you can curl it away, just a little here and there to frame the flower, but you've got that lovely protective wrap without dominating the bouquet too much. And if you're careful what wrapping you choose, the textures and things match your flower. So much more for us to choose from these days. Okay, so there you are, a nice festive hand-tied bouquet.